Hi guys, welcome back. Once again we're going to be playing the Orcs, led by the mighty Grimgor Ironhide. My opponent, Mr. Zazbo22, is going to be the Warriors of Chaos, led by Archon, the Ever-Chosen himself. So let's get this underway and see how it goes. So as you can see, I've gone for a very different build from my first Orc game. That was on the channel probably just a couple of days ago actually now. This is only my second game with them, but I decided to mix it up a little bit. Instead of going for Savage Orcs, I've gone for the Black Orcs, the elite of the elite. And these guys are doing great against Chaos. They're good at getting through armor, so they should be able to munch through Chaos Warriors, and they're just far more elite than Marauders ever could hope to be. So I do have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 units in the front line and 1 in the back. Bodyguarding the mighty, the biggest, the baddest orc of them all, Grimgor Ironhide, right here. Now he's, not overly competitive. I think he's thought of a little bit of a joke, but I'm going to bring him back. I'm going to change the meta, make him the biggest and the baddest legendary lord of them all. I do have a couple of units of these trolls with a few chevrons. They're just going to be getting in there, sitting on top of the Black Orcs, saturating in and doing some heavy amounts of damage. Left on their own, they do break rather quickly, but hopefully surrounded by these Black Orcs, they should be able to hold. I've got 2 units of the Savage Orc Arrowboys, and what I like about these guys, apart from all the fist bumping and roaring and cheering they do, is that even if they do get caught by units such as Hounds, they actually can fight pretty decently in combat themselves. So the mass amount of arrows is decent, even though they've got a bit of poor accuracy. The fact that they can fight as well is a big, big bonus. In the very back, I do have a Doom Diver Catapult. Really big fan of these guys. They shouldn't do too much against the mass armor of Warriors of Chaos. My opponent has brought a ton of Marauders. They do a lot of work, and it does just generally force your opponent onto you, which I think is quite nice. I do here have a Night Goblin Shaman. Here he is, looking all kind of creepy and cackling as he does. I like his staff quite a lot. Let's see what spells he's got. So I've got the Curse of the Bad Moon, mainly in case my opponent brings big, chunky units of Marauders, can drop on and do a lot of damage. Itchy Nuisance, Vindictive Glare, and Sneaky Stabbing. I think that is it for my army. So quite a small elite build here. Let's go look at the Warriors of Chaos. So my opponent does have Chaos Warhounds of Poison, trying to get over the top of this lip here, over the ridge, and get down and flank me. Now for the front line, he's also gone fairly elite. He does have a lot of Chaos Warriors with great weapons all along the front line. He's also mixed them in with the Demon Spew. These guys are Forsaken Regiment Renowned. I haven't actually seen them in use. Let's see what their bonuses are. Immune Psychology. Swarm of Flies. I'm assuming this is their Regiment Renowned bonus, which is -5 attack down around them. So they're kind of Nurgle based Forsaken. That's kind of cool. My opponent also does have the Mirror Guard. Not only do these guys look very badass, but they're very elite infantry, very good, very tanky. So I like these guys quite a bit. In the back, he does have 2 units of Chaos Chariots. Now, used well, chariots can cause a ton of damage, especially against armies like Orcs who don't necessarily have the most armor. However, luckily my Black Orcs will be able to take a little bit of a pounding. In the very back, he does have the Summoners of Rage, the Regiment Renowned Dragon Ogres. Stupidly good unit overall. I see this unit picked all the time. Very, very powerful. If I ever do play Chaos, I'm almost certainly going to bring these guys. The opponent also is led by Archon, the Ever-Chosen, here on his Flaming Steed with his mighty Flaming Sword. Nasty combatant overall, very good at taking out enemy lords. So let's see underway and see how this goes. So I am moving up. I do forget that trolls are a lot faster than these Black Orcs, so they've kind of run ahead of the army, but they will be tracking back soon. And you see the Doom Divers are flying in, these mighty goblins flying on their little wings, and at the moment I'm going to be targeting the Mirror Guard. They'll go crashing in. They do a decent amount of damage, not too much, but they've killed a few of them. This guy is getting back up. But they've done a little bit of damage, and over the course of battle, they do quite a bit. Dragon Ogres do push up, just to push off my trolls, but I'm falling back anyway. At this point, I saw the Hounds were trying to come around the flank here, so I was moving my Black Orcs back a little bit to protect the Doom Diver Catapult here, but also at the same time, I didn't need to engage my opponent this far up. I've got the Doom Diver, it's doing constant damage. You can see it's done quite a bit of damage now to the Mirror Guard. Might as well fall back, use my range advantage. I'm pushing up the Savage Orc Arrowboys to target the Summoners of Rage if they do get a little bit too close. Let's see if we can get a nice little shot of these guys being thrown into the air. There they go, being launched. Track his journey over. Hopefully, I believe it's still time to Mirror Guard by the looks of it. Hopefully it's going to be a big hit. Crashing in a little bit early there. But his friends do a lot better and really smash into those guards. So they've been brought down to 55 models now. The Doom Divers are pretty cool. They can actually fly themselves a tiny bit in the air, so they're not the most accurate. These little goblins will try and reposition themselves in the air with their little wings to crash into the opponent. There's a little bit of a weird blob mess over here going on now as I'm trying to rearrange. I'm just moving my Black Orcs out to just scare off these Summoners of Rage a little bit, and the arrows. But now we can see the Black Orcs on the left flank have got a bit bored of what's going on in the middle, and they're charging directly along into these Chaos Warriors. You can see the Demon Screw take a massive charge straight away. I do pop the war as a few of these units are charging on the flank, just to get that charge bonus and melee attack. And with the war popped, these Black Orcs are going to be an absolute menace. And these all Trolls do right here, charge straight into the Summoners of Rage, trying to pin them up. But they do drop some buffs on the Summoners with Itchy Nuisance. I'm trying to reposition these Savage Orc Arrow Boys to really shoot them down. Black Orcs on the left flank are doing a ton of work. But well played to my opponent, he does actually sneak the Hounds round whilst trying to micro the front to get them on top of his Arrow Boys. Unfortunately, I did have them on skirmish mode soon, so a little bit of my bad there. Rather they stood and fought the Chaos Warhounds with the other unit fired in. They have been messed up a little bit, and that's allowing these Summoners of Rage to do a ton of damage to these Trolls and really beat them down. The back line is slightly compromised by all these chariots running in. Having the Black Orc should be, not too bad at trying to stabilise it. We did see a big vortex go, and we did get dropped just to help break up this blob here. We'll see the Chaos Warriors are running. On the left flank, I've completely shattered these two units with the help of the Trolls and the elite Black Orcs. When they pop the war, they're just such a menace, and they destroy this flank completely. So they're going to be running into the back here. Now we do see the mighty Grimgor trying to fight his way to Archon, who's dipping and diving his way out. The Trolls do come in to smash into the back of these Chaos Warriors and really butter their bread. So Grimgor's in there, fighting with his Black Orcs. With the help of these Trolls, I believe there's another unit of Black Orcs running into this middle confrontation right here. My opponent's doing a great job at messing up my back line, however he has left my Doomdiver Catapult online, which unfortunately for me, I have still been targeting into these Mirror Guard, but it does shatter them so they won't be coming back. I'll soon be repositioning it to attack some Chaos Warriors. This main fight's going pretty well for me, however my opponent does charge in the rear with these Summoners of Rage. They do a ton of work, and Grimgor has taken a fair beating. He did get in a duel earlier against Archaon, however, they both did a pretty decent amount of damage to each other. He is no pushover over Grimgor once he pops all his buffs down. Shaman is just running off, as he does, cackling away from the front. For some reason I find their running animations so funny. It looks so weird when they try and run, but he just run away, trying to get out of danger, as these Chaos Warriors do all start to flee. The power of balance is slightly in my favour now. The Savage Orcs have rallied a little bit, and they're just going to be firing into these Chaos Warhounds, who have been a bit of a menace to them all battle. And the Summoner Rage do disengage in this main fight, where they're getting beat down a little bit by just all these elite warriors. They're going to be running in, finally trying to shut down the Doomdiver Catapult, who's been doing a decent amount of work trying to fend off these Chaos Warriors. So a big death ball now of Black Orcs, with some Trolls mixing there as well, trying to draft 8 Archaon. However, the Ever-Chosen does keep retreating. He does swing in once there to kill Grimgor. For the most part, he's been trying to run away from all the Black Orcs. We'll see if he's trying to get himself out here. He doesn't want to stay in there too long. All those great weapons will get through his armour quite easily. The Trolls do start to wave, they don't have the best leadership, but surrounded by those elite troops, hopefully they should start to stabilise. And Grimgor does pop the second war. As he does, he runs headlong towards Archaon, something there with a bit of a hit. Although he does fly an attack on Archaon with all his buffs popped. And he's popping in with these Trolls, really trying to hammer down that Ever-Chosen. Now in the back line, these chariots did manage to clear up most of the back with the Dragon Ogres here, the Summoners of Rage. However, they've all taken quite a bit of damage, and the main blob over here is where all the action is. I do shatter off these two units of Chaos Warriors, and these chariots are starting to flee. Archaon's doing his best here to go toe to toe with the mighty Grimgor, and he is getting puked on by these Trolls, hit from all angles. Grimgor does go for a big attack there and somehow falls over himself. These chariots are flooding in an attempt to save their lord. That chariot charge does actually seem to break these Black Orcs here, especially the Summoners of Rage coming in. However, I do have quite a healthy blob here, and the balance of power is starting to ebb, even more in my favour. Units are all starting to break around him. However, Archaon is very bravely holding his ground. As you can see, Grimgor is slowly getting the better of it. Some units rallying in the back. Yeah, there. What was they? Oh, just some of the Savage Orc Arrow Boys and the Doomdiver Catapult. They're going to be heading back to the battlefield, trying to get back onto these weapons here, to see if they can influence the battle in any way. The opponent is now chucking in all his troops he can, all the chariots. They all start to break as they see Archaon is slowly falling. And there we go, there's a Pyrrhic victory for the Orcs. Well played to my opponent. Let's go to the end stats here. Yeah, well played to Mr. Zarbo22. Quite liked his Chaos build. These Chaos Warriors with great weapons do pretty damn good against Orcs. They can break through the Black Orc armour themselves. and they're fairly elite. They should be able to take down a lot of the basic Orc infantry. However, with the war popped, these Black Orcs did manage to break through, and these trolls really actually helped. These ones on the left, that were on the left-hand flank, actually went up a chevron. They really helped manage me to shatter that left side quickly, so I can move across to the middle and help out. These guys right here, the Summoners of Rage, are a big pain. Every time I face them, they always do a ton of damage, so very nice pick there. And Archaon, it's always good to see the Ever Chosen. Now for my army, the Black Orcs all did reasonably well. We had this one unit here who only got 26 kills. They were, however, the one who just were hanging in the back trying to protect the Doom Diver Catapult, which itself did get 83, which is pretty decent considering I was up against such a small elite force. The Black Orcs with the Wild Pops did a decent amount of damage, and so did these Trolls actually. This one did get stuck in to Summoners of Rage. They only got 3 kills, but they did do quite a ton of damage. A little bit of miss micro by me for the Savage Orc Arrow Boys. They didn't do so good this game, but at least they managed to do a little bit of damage here and there. Grimgor got in there, doing what Grimgor does best, hacking down a few guys, and actually stood up reasonably well to Archaon, who's one of the most powerful kind of assassins in the game, you know, going in there and taking out enemy lords. Him, Tyrion, Wulfric, there's a few of them who are up there, really good at sniping out, but he held his ground, surrounded by his Black Orcs, he does pretty good. And obviously the Goblin, just running around, somehow got 4 kills as well, but just dropped down those spells. So yeah, good fun game, hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, please do leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you do want to support the channel, I do have a Patreon account just down there in the description. For you who don't know what Patreon is, you can sign up to become a member of my account. And by doing that, you can pledge a certain amount of money a month. I believe it's any amount you want. You know, you can just put in £1. I'm not sure if they have a minimum or not. And with this, you'll be able to vote on what DLCs I buy next, what battles I do, what campaigns I do, and all the money goes back into me buying DLCs for the channel. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Peace, peace. See you next time.